National Signing Day coverage continues here on GoSycamores.com. I'm Luke Martin alongside running backs coach, Coach Knight, Marcus Knight. Coach, appreciate the time as always. For you now, being able to be here technically through your first signing day process with Indiana State, I'm sure is always a fun one.
Oh, it was fun. It was a grueling process, but it was well worth it, man. We got some great kids, landed some great kids, some great running backs in our room, and we're really excited.
When you go out on the recruiting trail and now being under Coach Mallory, what is maybe that checklist for you that you go through and say, okay, these are the things I really want to see in a prospect before you really even maybe pursue that prospect?
Well, first thing is character. First thing is a kid that you know will kind of make the room gel. We have a great feel in our room. Our backs get along with each other, so you see and try to find kids that can fit that temperament first and foremost. And then from an athletic standpoint, you're looking for a kid that understands that yards mean everything. They'll put their shoulder down, they'll get those hard yards, they can be their own blocker and bring something special to the table.
I'm sure part of that process too, from your guys' standpoint, is how the running backs are utilized here at Indiana State, and that's got to be a huge benefit when you can go out on the recruiting trail and show everyone plays a part. It takes all 11, but specifically, a lot of the offensive load can fall on that position.
No doubt, and I call it the workhorse part of the offense. You know, you got to have a young man that can be durable, that can make it through a whole season, that can take the pounding that you demand and ask of these kids to do. And yeah, I mean, you got to have a special mentality to do that and know when to do it. And not only that, you got to have a selfless attitude to be able to protect the most important person on the field, which is our quarterback position.
Let's go ahead and talk about some of your guys, and let's start with Derek McLaughlin, tailback from the state of Illinois. What stood out about Derek?
Oh, Derek's just a great kid, you know. Saw Derek throughout the summer circuit, had a chance to meet with him, got a chance to know his family, his dad Rick and his mom Tanya, and he's just been a consistent kid. He brings a different element to the table, bigger back that is not scared of contact, done a great job up there at Warren Township this year, helped the team, lead the team to the state championship game. So Derek is a kid that as you talk with him, it takes a little bit for him to warm up, but once he starts to talk, and you know that he has something special to say.
When you look at Malik too, it just seems like you have two guys that look the part that go in the backfield.
Yeah, Malik Ingram, another young man from New Jersey, Mater Dei High School, also made it to the championship game, and he's a bruiser, and that's what we're looking for right now. We need those young men that can put their shoulders down and go make something special happen. By the fourth quarter, I think that these two types of backs will wear down a defense, and that's the hope. You get those kids in there. We got some great backs in the room that have that quick and agile trait to them, but now we've added a little bit more brawn, a little bit more guys that have the same trait, but when they're in one-on-one situations, they can now make sure that third-level player earns their spot.
The biggest thing that you're telling your position group after this past season and now lean into this next season that you really want to work on, that your two new recruits can add to that once they get here to campus?
You talking about offensive-wise? You know, just being able to understand how efficient we can be. When you look at the running game and you look at guys looking for holes and things to do, it's always there. Not always is it the biggest lane. Sometimes it's tight spaces. Being able to trust what your line is doing for you and understand when you need to kind of run behind your pass and make something happen, or when you get in open spaces, have the knowledge to use your feet and make somebody miss an open space. And I think that's what it's all about. And lastly, as I said before, you got to be able to protect. You got to be able to protect the most important piece on the field, which is your quarterback. And if you're willing to put your face in the fan at that point, that's what you're looking for.
It may seem like it's a little bit ways away, but spring ball is right around the corner, Coach Knight.
Oh, man. It goes quick. I'm excited. I'm ready to get back at it. I think we left a lot of things out there on the football field this year. Our record didn't really prove how hard these kids worked and what they've done to get to the point that we are right now. We got a lot of things to prove. It's just back in the lab, you know, and we got some new faces there. We've pushed the competition in the running back room. And that's all you can ask at each position. We want to be as competitive as we possibly can, because the moment that you let a kid become complacent, is the moment that you lose an edge, and I think these two kids are going to come in and push that.
Appreciate you stepping out of the lab, though, for a little bit and being able to chat with us.
Yeah, thank you, Luke. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, buddy.
sir.
That was Coach Marcus Knight, running backs coach for Indiana State. We'll have more here on Signing Day here on GoSycamores.com.